Is the A.J. Brown era in Philadelphia actually a ticking time bomb that's about to save the franchise millions? Most fans are terrified of losing their superstar playmaker, but the truth about his contract is far more insane than you've been led to believe. This isn't just about a trade. It's about a financial masterclass that could change the Eagles' trajectory forever. Stick around, because by the end of this, you'll see why the doomsday scenario everyone is talking about might actually be the greatest escape in NFL history. Before we dive into the numbers that will blow your mind, smash that subscribe button if you want the fastest NFL updates on the planet. The national media loves a good disaster story, right? They've been screaming from the rooftops about A.J. Brown's massive dead money hit. They tell you that moving him is impossible because it would leave a $40 million hole in the salary cap. But here's the reality they aren't telling you. The math actually works in Philly's favor. While a pre-June 1 trade looks like a nightmare on paper, the long-term relief is a complete game-changer. If the front office decides to pull the trigger, they aren't just losing a receiver. They're gaining a massive amount of breathing room in 2027, 2028, and 2029. Why does this matter? Because A.J. Brown is currently scheduled to eat up a staggering $133 million over those 3 seasons. If he's shipped away, every single cent of that future obligation vanishes from Philadelphia's books and becomes the responsibility of the team brave enough to trade for him. We are talking about $113 million in raw cash. Just think about that. That's $29 million in 2026 alone that stays in the owner's pocket instead of going to one player. It's easy to look at the cap hit and panic, but smart fans know there's a massive difference between the salary cap and actual cash spending. Most talking heads ignore the cash flow because it's a boring detail, but for a team trying to stay competitive for a decade, cash is king. Trading away a talent like number 11 would hurt. He's arguably the greatest receiver this franchise has ever seen, but from a pure business perspective, it wouldn't be the catastrophe people are claiming. But wait until you hear how the front office actually increased their spending power while everyone else was losing theirs. Who's to blame for the current state of the roster? Is it the players, or is it the guys in the suits? Drop a name in the comments right now. Now, let's look at something even more mind-blowing. Did you know the Eagles actually gained cap space during this recent free agency frenzy? While other teams were bleeding money and cutting veterans just to survive, Philly actually got richer. When the signing period started a few weeks ago, they were sitting on about $12 million. Fast forward to today, and they have nearly $33 million in cap room. That puts them in the top 7 of the entire league. How do they pull off this kind of wizardry? It's all about the void years. This is the secret weapon used to manipulate the books. Even players on one-year deals have these ghost years tacked onto their contracts to spread out the signing bonuses. It pushes the financial pain into the future, betting on the fact that the NFL's total salary cap will keep rising every single year. As long as the league keeps making billions from TV deals, this strategy is foolproof. It's like taking out a loan when you know you're getting a massive raise next year. But this strategy requires nerves of steel. If the NFL's business model ever stalled, this team would be in serious peril. They are living on the edge, using contract restructures and extensions to open up immediate room while banking on future growth. It's a high-stakes game of financial chess. But as impressive as the current numbers are, wait until you see the massive mountain of cash they've cleared for the next 3 years. Looking ahead to 2027, the situation gets even more interesting. Right now, the books show $77 million in available space. That's already 12th best in the NFL, and you can bet that number will only go up as more contracts are reworked. By 2028, we're looking at over $100 million in projected room. While that sounds like a lot of money, remember that the price of players is skyrocketing. The real genius here is the free agency relief plan. Think back to what happened after the big seasons in 2024 and 2025. The team lost massive stars like Milton Williams and Josh Sweat. They lost key contributors like Jalen Phillips and Nakobe Dean because they simply couldn't afford to keep everyone. It was a mass exodus of talent that left fans wondering if the window was closing. But next offseason, the story is completely different. The front office has purposefully avoided locking themselves into long-term deals with middle-of-the-pack players. If you look at the list of upcoming free agents, it's not nearly as terrifying as it used to be. You have guys like Tanner McKee, Tyler Steen, and Tank Bigsby who might move on, but they aren't the foundation of the team. The only massive headache is going to be Moro Ojomo, who is playing so well he might command $26 million a year. But because the team has been so disciplined with their one-year flyer contracts, they have the flexibility to pay the stars they actually want to keep, like Jalen Carter. By signing guys like Reek Woolen, Andy Dalton, and Arnold Ebiketie to short-term prove-it deals, the team has ensured that they aren't handicapped by bad contracts in 2 years. It's a cycle of constant refreshment. They bring in talent, use them for a year, and if they can't reach a team-friendly deal, they let them walk and collect the compensatory draft picks. This organization is playing a different game than the rest of the league. While everyone else is worried about today, they are building a fortress for 2026 and beyond. Most people on YouTube are just reacting to the latest score. But if you look at the ledger, you see a team that is prepared for any disaster. The A.J. Brown situation isn't a crisis. It's an option. The cap space isn't a fluke. It's a design. This franchise is set up for a decade of dominance. And the financial flexibility they've built is the engine behind it all. If you want to stay ahead of the curve and know what's actually happening behind the scenes in the front office, you know what to do. Would you like me to break down the specific trade value the Eagles could get for A.J. Brown in a post-June 1 scenario?